Good morning. This is the third time I'm trying this, and I don't know if it's going to work. And we're going to try it again anyway, just one more time. I'm here to share a word this morning. I was in the Bible app to read the verse of the day, because that's how I normally do my Bible time. And today is Luke 9:23 and 24, but I only made it as far as 23 before my mind was blown and I needed to stop, just to soak that in. There are 4 parts to Luke 9:23 that I want to share with you because this verse is really commonly quoted, and I personally don't think I understood it until just now. Maybe you did. I didn't. I used the BibleHub.com interlinear feature, which allows you to see the original words of the text and then click them each so that you can see what they actually mean. Then you can seek God to understand what was being said originally, which every single time I've done that ever has always blown my mind and changed my head around about the passage. So, Luke 9:23. Jesus was speaking to everyone, the verse says. Whoever wants to be my disciple must take up their cross daily and deny themselves and follow me. You've probably heard that verse. Maybe you've heard it a lot of times. I definitely always had a sort of feeling about it that was like, whoever wants to be my disciple has to hate themselves and abandon anything that is good about their personality and just follow, which is not a good understanding of that verse, but that's how I always heard it kind of taught. It was like, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and follow me, in this sense of like self non-appreciation, which is not what that verse is saying at all. So let us talk about this. Number 1, Jesus was talking to everyone. That's the first thing that the verse says in Luke 9:23. What does that mean? Let me tell you from the original. It means everyone. It means Jesus at this moment was speaking to every single human who was hearing him and who would see his words written later. The following statement, which Jesus said himself, was to every human being. He was not assuming that anyone would be in this camp. He wasn't assuming anyone would not be in this camp. He was making it clear, though, every single human being has the opportunity and the option to be in the following camp. What camp? Whoever wants to be my disciple, he said. What does that mean? Well, what it actually means, if you look at the original words, like the original words, then you look at what they meant. Jesus was saying, whoever sees where I go ultimately, whoever sees anything about my life and finds it to be beautiful or good or glorious, whoever in the end of time sees that after I'm risen from the dead, I've been glorified and all of these good things are happening. Whoever wants that, that's what he meant when he said, whoever wants to be my disciple. What he was saying was, whoever sees where I'm going and sees what's happening and sees what God is doing in and through me and wants that, then that's you. That's your wanting to be the disciple. So, Luke 9:23, Jesus said to everyone, whoever wants to be my disciple, we just talked about those two, must take up their cross daily and deny themselves. What does that mean? What he was actually saying was, every single day, if you are hearing him and you are saying to yourself, I see that God has glorified Jesus ultimately, forever, eternally, and I want that for myself. Or if you read about what Jesus did and you see all the powerful and the miracles and the wisdom that he taught with, and the capacity to prophesy about the future that he had. All of the things that the Son of Man did, Jesus Christ. You, a son and daughter of humanity, in God, have access to that because of Jesus. That's what we're talking about. So if you want to be that kind of disciple, as in if you want to go that direction and access what he accessed, you have the opportunity. That's what Jesus is saying in Luke 9:23. Now, so, saying this to everyone. By the way, are you a someone? Yes, you are. This includes you. Do you want to be his disciple? As in, do you want to experience the miraculous reality of God in you and then through you like Jesus did? Then keep listening. You must take up your cross daily and deny yourself. So now what are we talking about? What we're very simply talking about is not rejecting the personality that you have, is not some sort of self-abasement or self-hatred. That is not humility. You are a created, designed, beautiful, authentic human existence that God has made on purpose with a specific design and reality that is the unity of you that he wants to work in and through you. Doesn't want to create a brick in the wall. Doesn't want you to abandon the beautiful of who you are. Okay, well, so when he's saying take up your cross daily and deny yourself, what he's actually saying is every day seek God's wisdom, seek God's will. In a meditative state, even connecting within yourself to God, you're going to connect your head to God perspective, God focus, God's glory, which you believe is also your best glory ultimately, which you believe is also the rest of the world's best good. That's your focus. That is what he's saying in Luke 9:23. You're going to take up your cross daily denying yourself. What are we talking about? I'm talking about all the desires that I have that are pretty good, all the things I would like to do, all the directions of my life I would like to take, all the things that are a good idea, but are not the ultimately best idea that God has made clear to me. They're not the vision which God has been resetting in my mind every morning when I rise and I seek him, and he puts before me again a certain vision of my life, a certain vision of what to do, a certain vision of what the goal is for the day. That is what I need to go for. And when it's saying take up your cross daily and deny yourself, it's very simply saying all the other things that are not that vision, crucify them. Not because they're bad, but because they're other than optimal, other than the vision that God gave you for that day. Because that's what Jesus did. He woke up daily, connected to God, had the vision God gave him, and everything in his life went that direction entirely. And that is how, in continuing that trajectory, he ended up crucified and resurrected and then being glorified. The ultimate goal of perfection at the end is what you're going to keep looking at. The vision is where you're going and how you're going to keep focus and motivation to get there. The suffering in between you're going to bear because you're keeping your eyes locked on the vision. So, Jesus said to everyone, says Luke 9:23, if you would like to be my disciple, as in if you would like to end up where I've ended up, take up your own cross daily and deny yourself, simply meaning reject anything else, which is probably even a good idea that came out of your very nice, wise self. That's not the vision. If it's not the vision, let it go. And the last piece of Luke 9:23 is follow me. It's very simple. Jesus is saying every single person has the opportunity to become the fullest reality of themselves, which is only going to be achieved by focusing yourself on God every day, every morning, realigning yourself such that you have a clear vision, which is the vision that he's given you and not your own, so that you know throughout the day how to prioritize. You know how to say yes and no to that which is either going towards the vision or not. And if it is not, let it go. You have other things to focus on, namely the glory of God, which is also your ultimate glorification and the benefit of the world around you. That is what I learned this morning from Luke 9:23. I just wanted to share it because it blew my mind. And it was a whole different perspective of that verse, which I just needed a fresh take on. Happy Sunday.